Yay! 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 Yay!
Good morning, Mo.
Oh, good morning.
It's a morning.
Miguel.
Well, we're recording in the morning, but you can watch whenever you want. We have Dunkin' Teas like the good old days.
Yeah.
So things are starting to feel like the good old days.
Those were the days.
People are listening to the show again, which is good.
That's a plus. Welcome back.
People are watching a little bit. The YouTube still has a little bit of growth to be done.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Everything worthwhile takes time.
That's right. That's right. Which is why I thought your idea this morning of, hey, we should apply for a Webby Award was one of the stupidest messages I've ever woken up to.
Look, the concept was applying for a couple of awards isn't a bad idea.
It's a waste of money. It's a complete waste of money.
I didn't dive into how much it was.
Oh, it's a waste of money.
Okay. I'm just saying if there's some recognition out there that we could submit to.
Are you going to submit the video of us being shocked by a TENS unit for an Oscar? Because it's equivalent.
This is easy. I don't think you can say that's equivalent. I have faith.
It was a stupid idea. Do you know who's going to win that Webby Award? It's going to be like Bobby Althoff is the latest thing in podcast.
Okay, yeah.
She's winning that Webby Award.
Cool.
1,000%.
I'm not
A
saying...
1,000,000%.
Oh, you are so frustrating.
We have
sometimes.
no money. We have no sponsor anymore.
You are very
We lost our
frustrating.
sponsor. We lost our sponsor.
I'm going to take over BizDev, and I'm going to get us a sponsor for the next show. You're very negative in the morning sometimes.
I haven't had my tea yet.
Yeah, well, suck it up, buddy. No, there's no sticker. You know, they
There's
always put
always
the
the
sticker.
Yeah,
there's no
always,
sticker.
There's always that sticker.
But it was great because I went to a Dunkin' that I haven't gone to in a long time.
Okay.
Because it was on the way here, and
Sure. Was it the
hopped
gas
into it.
station Dunkin'?
Yeah.
It was a gas station Dunkin'?
yeah, but the
Hit or
person
miss?
in there had worked in the other Dunkins in town at some point.
Oh,
Hasn't seen me in probably 2 or 3 years at least.
they're a career munchkin.
They are.
Yeah.
And she's tiny.
They should bring back the munchkins.
They have them.
No, the commercials. Like, remember the characters, the munchkin?
No.
You don't remember that?
No.
Late 80s, early mid-90s, they
No.
actually had, like, little people as munchkins in their
Little people?
commercials. They were littler than me.
That's pretty small, right?
Yeah.
So
You
anyway,
don't remember
she-
the munchkin
I
commercials?
walked in and she said, "Hey, it's good to see you again." I said, "You too. It's good to see you." She goes, "Iced tea?"
Oh,
It's been like a couple of years, and she remembered my order.
but they don't have lemon.
No, they don't do lemon anymore.
The one by my house does.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
It's a franchise by franchise decision,
Clearly,
apparently. And the franchises in this town,
lemonless.
lemonless.
Yeah.
No lemon party.
No,
Have you ever Googled lemon party?
no, and I don't think I want to.
Do it.
No,
Google it.
I'm afraid.
Google lemon party.
Okay, Google.
Google image search lemon party, please.
I'm so afraid of this.
Yeah.
Oh, it won't do anything because.
Is your parental block on?
Oh my goodness! Hold on.
Oh, you're digging deeper.
3 pals, 1 zestful reunion. There's this that's up there that's a Disney thing.
That's not Disney. That's
I don't know. Maybe you should have to explain this to me. I don't know.
well, you know what a lemon looks like,
Yeah.
right? Now imagine when you get older, what part of your body might look like a lemon.
Are you talking sliced?
I am talking what part of the human body would most look like a lemon when you get older. So a lemon party is basically when it's a geriatric male orgy of sorts.
Oh, so that was that Disney thing was kind of a joke to that. Okay.
Yeah. But you used to, when you would Google lemon party, which sounds innocent enough, the results were fascinating.
Okay.
Google took our number. Google took your lemon party.
Did you hear Google is eliminating a bunch of Gmail accounts too?
What, like unused ones?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense. Their
Yeah, they're going through. They're purging the whole system.
their
So
servers have to
if you
be.
have an old Gmail, you can still salvage it, but otherwise it's going away.
So we're just coming out of Thanksgiving, right? A couple weeks ago, and this is our first show recording since Thanksgiving, so it's still topical. It still works. Thanksgiving morning, we put on the parade and all that kind of stuff. But our house always, without fail, watches the dog show. Oh my God, Mo!
You've talked about this and how much you enjoy a good dog show. I don't.
It's not that I enjoy the show itself or the dogs for that matter. I enjoy the fanfare and spectacle around the dog show
That's probably the most annoying part.
because it's so stupid. Because people take it so seriously. Because of the way that the dog handlers just operate. It's like the Soup Nazi episode of Seinfeld.
Right.
How there was that very definitive line and the rules and stuff. And
Right.
but these people are doing it in real life and taking these dogs so seriously
And
at
that's
the
why I
same
get so
time. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
I get so frustrated with it, and I'm so annoyed by it. I've watched maybe 5 minutes of it and going, I hate the people so much, and I pity the dogs so much. And you've talked about this before. Even that like Eugene Levy movie that you loved about that,
Best in Show.
I hated it. Hated it.
What?
I hated it. Wasn't funny.
Oh no! You don't like Christopher Guest films.
Give and take. Name a few. I'll tell you if they're any good.
What? Best in Show.
No, awful.
This is Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap's great.
Whoa!
Spinal Tap's amazing.
Waiting for Guffman.
No,
Didn't see it.
no.
You didn't see it, did
No.
you? So you can't judge.
Okay,
it.
I can't judge. Give me another one. I have nothing against him. I think he's a fine actor.
It's not him as an actor. It's him as a director.
Right.
that
I
you
don't have.
like.
Yeah.
You don't,
I don't like Best in Show.
You don't like improv, is what it
I
is.
love improv,
Those are the ultimate improv.
but they're not funny.
Oh, they're
You
hilarious.
can be improv and not funny.
They're hilarious.
It's how some people would document the show. It's improv and not funny.
It's a fair assessment.
It is.
It's a fair
It is.
assessment. It's a fair assessment. A Mighty Wind.
Oh, that's the
A Mighty Wind.
That's the
folk singing.
yeah. I didn't like that.
Oh
I saw
my
that.
God.
They're terrible.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I think it's some of that cast. I'm not a big fan of some of the people that he chooses to. I don't think they're that funny.
Interesting.
I don't think they're as funny as people give them credit for being. Just not my taste. I'm not saying they're not talented people. I wish I found them funny. But and look, it's not everything's not for everyone, right? This show is not for everyone. It's for a very small percentage of people.
Fair.
Same thing with those movies. They're not for everyone, and I'm just not in their wheelhouse.
So back to the dog show. My Diana, my 7-year-old daughter,
Yeah.
had one issue with the whole thing.
Oh?
Okay. Now, of course, the 5-year-old, who is a little lower on the maturity level, every time we would,
She's also your daughter.
She's also my daughter.
She's going to be that way.
she was hung up on one aspect of the dog's anatomy, which our dogs don't necessarily have.
Yours and mine.
And yours.
Yeah, yours and mine.
And yours.
Yeah.
And they found this highly unfair, especially Diana did, that her dogs would not qualify for dog shows because of the lack of their reproductive organs,
Right.
if you will. I'm keeping this very
She was
mature.
upset about that?
She was very upset about that.
Really?
She was very upset about that. It's not fair that Miley could not enter this because she does not have a uterus when the uterus is on the inside. It should not affect the dog at all. I guess the rules have to do with hormones and this and that and behavior.
Sure.
And also the judges
And training.
like balls. So Diana now, she came up with a great idea. She says she'll do it as a fundraiser for like the animal welfare. She wants to have the first ever neutered only dog show. Okay. And I said, well, Diana, what happens if someone wants to enter their dog and it's not neutered? It's not fair. She goes, well, then they can neuter the dog and enter them.
Wow.
Which I think is a really good way to get people to spay and neuter their pets.
Thanks, Bob Barker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's great.
Parlay it. Maybe they do it during the licensing month, and now the dogs all get their license. So it's, take care of your dogs. I thought it was a fantastic idea, and a pretty good one for someone who's 7 years old, because the rest of the kids in her class were not coming up with that idea.
She worked it through. That's great.
She worked it through.
So, my father's a former town clerk,
Yes.
and people would have to go in there to register their animal.
Yes.
Right, get their tags.
Yes.
He had one guy who would come in and argue with him
Oh.
about the price. Because if you spayed or neutered your animal, it was less.
It was less.
Right.
Yes.
So he wanted to know why he was paying a testicle tax for his dog.
I like that.
Yeah.
And what was the answer?
That's what it is. But the guy would come in every year and make the same argument every year.
It was the lemon party tax is what they should call it.
Yeah.
Now, If we were to establish a political party, would we call it the Lemon Party? Because that's pretty genius right there. I gotta say, I'm bringing it back to the beginning of the show. It just hit me right now. Like Trump and Biden, the one thing that they both have in common is they belong to the Lemon Party. Okay. And that could be the great uniter, because now you have one party for all these geriatrics no one wants to vote for in the first place. And then we can give the real parties to, people who aren't going to die in office.
Wow.
Or at least lose their minds in office or before taking office.
That kind of comes with the territory, though. Yeah.
I'm over the 80-year-old president.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, we need a Gen X president right now.
I don't argue that.
I absolutely hate to say it, but the boomers...
Why do you hate to say it?
Because you're so like fucking high and mighty about Gen X is the best thing ever invented.
You don't invent a generation.
I was as soon as I said that, I was just like, should I say something else and edit the show so I don't say that?
No, we're the generation who doesn't mind. We were the last generation that was raised with a heavy hand. As far as a full generation, yeah. I'm not saying
full generation. Sure, I'll give you that.
We're the last full generation raised with a heavy hand.
I'll give you that.
And we're left to our own devices to figure stuff out. And some of that needs to happen.
Full generation, I'll give you that. Yeah.
And I will say that, yeah, you have to, generation is a general comment. It's not an individual. Like, doesn't mean individuals didn't have things a certain same way.
That's why I hate the concept of generations being.
Because it
should be like 10. It should be by decades. Generations should just be decades.
I don't know. I have a friend. Let's call him Craig. Now he's a few years older than me. But he's definitely very Gen X. We were born in different decades. Mm-hmm. So what are you going to say? I mean, nope, you're a different generation. No, we're very much the same. We had very identical childhoods.
Mm-hmm. I get, you know what? It's different now because I think the trend, just the technological evolution, the way things happen, it's so much faster now.
It is. It's much faster.
Way faster, right? The Atari was in houses for how many years?
It was amazing.
And it was like the stable. I'm not talking about how good the Atari was. I'm saying
so
it was the
cool.
technology.
Yeah.
And then when the PC came out, that was it for. And now it's like new chips and new technologies every year. Apple releases a brand new chip every year that makes it better and better and better and better.
But Atari was probably a decade's worth.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And ColecoVision was a part of that.
Sure.
But then it went to Nintendo.
NES lasted for a long time.
It did.
The bits were small for longer, if you will.
Yeah.
Right. So that's why this whole generational thing. Once you get to, I think, the millennial generation, like my area of that generation, some people have coined the Xennial.
Yeah, you like saying
right?
that too, yeah.
Because I had a very Gen X childhood. Mm-hmm. Then by the time I got to college, was very much more millennial, more digital.
So I don't think that part is generational. The technology piece, I think every generation has grown with it. I mean, the fact that your kids can grab an iPad and run through it and figure stuff out.
They know how to use it.
When their grandmother can't do it.
Grandma's pretty good.
All right. I'm saying in general that when you lay it out, a boomer to a kid nowadays, they can't figure stuff out.
Sure. Your mom's not techie.
No.
Yeah.
No, she's been afraid of computers for years. She will use a phone now. She will text, which is adorable.
We should just do a whole segment on that.
Yeah.
Let's just find the best texts. Best mom texts.
My dad, several years ago, sent me a text on Easter. And and I was like, oh, this is great. And this is probably, 12 years ago. It was a while ago.
Okay.
He was he had been texting for a little bit. He caught on really quickly. The text said, he meant to say, talk to you later. Yeah. Instead, it said, F you later.
Ah!
Spelt out.
Wait. Okay, and on Easter.
On Easter.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was that like a invitation to a lemon party or
he responded right away, I didn't type that. Why did it do that? I don't know what's going on. He was so embarrassed by the whole thing.
Oh, poor fella. Oh no.
I was like, Dad, I love you, but in a different way.
Yeah, that's not where we're going.
Yeah.
So speaking of Thanksgiving, I had one pet peeve that I wanted to bring up to you. This, you know what? It's almost a conversation of like rules of life, which is that's a great segment. We should do
Okay.
the rules. This is the rules of life segment.
I like that.
We had when we lived in Los Angeles, our Thanksgivings were Friendsgivings because obviously no family was out there.
I recall.
Very potlucky type stuff, and then which is now the reason why I refuse to let anybody else cook for Thanksgiving because
Really? Yeah, I remember you told me about.
no one's bringing Velveeta to my Thanksgiving ever again. I'm sorry. It's Thanksgiving.
And we spoke about this. And this is worth going back
Thanksgiving.
and looking for.
Yeah.
The Velveeta on the broccoli and cheese thing is actually pretty good.
Yes.
Don't knock people's traditions, though.
Okay. I won't knock people's traditions. I don't mean Velveeta, the product. I mean the Velveeta mac and cheese specifically.
Okay.
I wasn't a fan. Regardless, Friendsgiving, people brought mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, biscuits and gravy, all things you would normally expect.
Right.
The host of Thanksgiving, where we all went to my friend's house, his girlfriend decided that she was going to make sushi for Thanksgiving.
For Friendsgiving.
The holiday is Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving dinner. It's a Friendsgiving situation. Where do you fall on sushi at Thanksgiving?
So I think it's very clear I'm a traditionalist.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. A Friendsgiving, to me, is like a dinner party. It's, hey, look, instead of sitting at home and making a little bit of turkey for each of us, let's all have one big feast together. And as long as the primary piece of it's there, as somewhat of a Thanksgiving, recognizing that. The ancillaries, I think, make it interesting. If it is because I felt like having sushi, I'm going to make sushi, and if you'd like some, you can have sushi.
Okay.
I think what you're bringing to the table is this is how I cook. This is how I cook. This is how I was raised. This is how I do things. And I think it doesn't have to be. Not everything is going to be anywhere near the Mike Fu standard.
I have to stop you there, though. She literally opened up the sushi roller that she bought specifically to make sushi for the first time on Thanksgiving.
That's how she does it.
But it was
She was making an effort.
My family tradition is something new. Like
Maybe it is.
No, it wasn't.
Maybe it is.
It wasn't.
The fact that she,
now the
fact
sushi
that she
was,
wanted to.
Yeah.
The fact that she bought a sushi roller to do that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's great. So whoever your friend is, kudos to her.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
So sushi on Thanksgiving is okay.
You thought I'd be upset with that.
No, I thought not that you would be upset. I honestly thought that you would be more traditional. But there you go for being progressive.
I will say this too. I saw someone that made a turkey sushi. Now that would have been really cool to do.
A turkey sushi that has like some cranberry sauce in there.
You put some stuffing.
Green beans, stuffing. No, it's wrapped in the stuffing instead of rice. That'd
said
be cool.
The one I saw took a skin of a chicken because it's going to work a little easier and make that the wrap. You take the skin off of a rotisserie chicken
Okay, so
and use that as a roll. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we gotta make this. We gotta try.
Yeah.
That. We gotta try that.
And then you instead of a soy sauce, you use gravy and you dip it in there.
That's cool. It
was brilliant.
Thanksgiving sushi. That's cool.
See,
that's cool.
That's somebody taken to the next level. But I would think if you were still in LA, I think you would come back after the sushi and be like, sushi, okay, I don't like that for Thanksgiving, but let's make a turkey sushi for the afternoon. Mm-hmm. Right? So after you probably had a dinner, though. You probably had dinner. You didn't have midday.
I'm still, even to this day, I'm not a fan of the midday dinner.
I love it.
I like an early.
And that's how I was raised.
Yeah, us too. That's how I was raised. But now that I control the cooking process on Thanksgiving,
Yes.
I like to, because with the bird, it's got to brine for the appropriate amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
It's a low cook, breast side down, flip it halfway through. There's a whole process to it. It takes a little while longer. I'm not going to wake up super early to do that. Plus, there's also football. I want to watch football and do appetizers while watching the parade and the dog show and the football. So we start eating very early, but we don't sit down for dinner until still early, like 4:30, 5 o'clock.
I would guess that you probably have a higher caloric intake on Thanksgiving than I do.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, I would wager it's significantly
I mean, I
higher.
drink like a fish.
It's significantly higher.
It has to be, yeah. Probably.
Significant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know, because we don't have the Velveeta cheese.
We don't do the Velveeta anymore either, but that was a tradition for a lot of things.
Yeah,
but.
it really it depends on what you're eating. I mean, yes, I'm yes, probably, because there's a lot of butter involved in things. There's a lot of butter.
We
There's
don't
a
do
lot of
all the
courses.
appetizers and stuff. The only thing I'll have before, it used to be, it hasn't been lately. When you make the stuffing, you have to use some kind of Jimmy Dean or something in that stuffing, right? Use sausage in the stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't use anything other than Jimmy Dean.
Right.
Gotta use
No,
Jimmy
we put hamburger in there as well.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going. Okay.
But
I was gonna
you don't
say,
use
Jimmy
the
Dean,
whole
you got
you don't use the whole roll of sausage. Okay, we don't. So afterwards it would be
Do you use the whole stick of butter, you pansy ass?
several sticks of butter, yeah.
Great, because that's where I was going next.
Yeah. But we'd use about half because you don't want the sausage to be overpowering to the flavor.
No, you just make a bigger dish.
Yeah, but
Our dish was like this. It was 5 people.
we would. So this time we used about half. Last few times we used about half because not everyone eats that stuffing. It becomes me and my father, and then one of my nephews will have a little bit because he helped make it. That's about it. Not everyone eats it. It's our tradition. It's kind of like my mother with her cranberry orange, her cran orange mixture that she grinds up and stuff. That's
If there's not orange and cranberry sauce, what are you doing?
just, there's straight cranberry, but the orange cranberry crushed. Yeah.
See, I do the cranberry sauce with the cranberry with the zest in there. It's a good time.
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the cran orange. Anyway,
Oh, it's a good time.
so we would take that little bit of sausage, cut it up, and have sausage and eggs beforehand while we watched the parade. That was the old school.
Cool. So that's the breakfast.
Yeah.
What do you mean that
But
was
I-
the old
but
school?
I
I
didn't
literally
do-
just
no,
said we watched
for,
the bird.
For us, it's what we used to do. We don't do that. We
You
didn't
don't do that
this
anymore?
year. We didn't do that
Why
this
don't
year.
you do that anymore?
Because I ended up going over later this year. We did the stuffing the night before, got that prep. My sister did the bird at her house. Things are a little different.
What time do you do the? Well, I guess it's different when you're all under one roof versus everyone's got their own houses. But what time do you actually sit down and eat dinner? 3?
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock dinner.
1 o'clock has to be on the table for 1 o'clock.
Okay, and then you eat dinner and dessert.
Sometimes
You eat dinner.
we offer dessert.
You offer dessert. Then is there a nap?
There's a nap and there's football because football's already on.
There's always football. But there's a nap,
There is a nap.
and then there's a round 2.
And then there's either round 2 or dessert, whichever one you choose.
Okay.
And then usually by evening, by like 5, 6 o'clock, it's sandwich time.
You sandwich it. Okay.
Straight to sandwiches.
Okay. Okay.
This year, I was home. I had one plate that I took home to have dinner at home because everyone else was bailing out. I did not eat the rest of the day. I just ate the one meal. 8 o'clock, I was on my couch holding my stomach going, I'm still so full.
Oh, yeah. By 8 o'clock, we consolidated multiple dinners because we had it at my mom's house, and then we brought other families around. So we consolidated for dessert, and to let the kids go crazy while the parents all sat in the living room going, "I ate way too much today," and then offering, "Would you like a coffee or a drink?" "I can't drink anymore." "Oh, okay, one more drink. That's fine." So that's basically where that went. So yeah, it was good. It was a good time. No sushi this year.
I think you should bring it back.
Thanksgiving sushi, the turkey sushi, I'm doing that. I'm trying
That's a
that.
cool idea.
I'm going to try that. I'm going to make it. I'm going to bring it on the show. We're going to try it together.
Oh,
Yeah. Because much to Ron's chagrin, there's actually a thing I want to do as one of our segments,
you want to do a food segment?
the weekly taste test.
I like that.
It's really good. Now, I was going to start today,
Okay.
but it's an early one.
Yeah.
And I don't want to do it right. The taste test is going to be better for.
So I'm going to work on bringing something else to the show, too.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to work on not only a sponsor.
Just
some
get us a
sponsorship,
sponsor. You can stop right there. Just get us a sponsor.
And I'm going to work on getting us some guests,
Okay, I like guests. I like that.
right? I have,
It'll break this format. It'll blow this format up. We'll put him on the screen where Silent Bob is, not talking. Perfect interview for him.
I think that's good. He's done a great job today.
Yeah.
Silent Bob as a guest is great.
Yes.
But I still want Kevin Smith as a guest.
It's got to be.
Kevin Smith or
Yeah.
Christopher Guest.
Someone slid into our DMs.
Hey!
So we lost our phone number, but people can still call the show at...
Right.
I forget the number.
Put it right there.
I forget the number.
There it is.
People
It's
can,
like 516 something. now.
Don't even say it. It's on the screen right now.
Okay, sorry.
So we forget the number. I would prefer people don't even use the number anymore.
I like the number.
The number's cool. It's very analog
Yeah.
and lower quality. Now people can slide into our DMs because
That sounds so dirty.
I got the Instagram going strong.
Yeah.
We got a video DM from one of our listeners who's been with us for a while.
Okay.
And he decided to send us a message. I think maybe
Okay.
he lost the new number too. I don't know, but
Or maybe he's enjoying the additional platform.
we're gonna play this message. We're gonna talk about what he has to say.
Hey, yo, Mike and Mo.
Vinny.
It's your old buddy Vin, all the way up here in the Buffalo of Connecticut. That's Torrington. Don't mind the yellow lights. I'm at work right now. Don't tell on me. I'm so happy to have you guys back. New format, same dudes. So, what more can you ask for? So I have been kind of getting myself into like a couple of different hobbies and whatnot. I've been collecting baseball cards and just trying to fill the void with some new bullshit and all that. But lately I've been wanting to get myself one of those cassette players, a Walkman, because I want to collect some physical music through cassettes, because everyone's doing vinyl. You know, vinyl is vinyl, and it's nice. But I just wanted to know, have you guys been doing anything new, collecting new shit, changing it up? Just let me know. Let us know. Welcome back. Hey.
Hey.
Well,
Hey. That's what it sounded like with him saying that.
It does.
That was great. Well done, Vin.
Well, maybe he didn't watch the new show because I just showed that amazing autograph that I collected. So
Yeah, but
there's
you've
that.
been collecting autographs for a long time.
Am I
so-
doing anything new, different? No.
I wish I could say I was, and I wish I could say I had the drive, the time, and the disposable income to start a new hobby.
Yeah.
I'm lacking all three of those.
Yes.
So it's something that's going to be on the back burner. If you could add a new hobby into your time, what would you add?
See, that's a great question.
know.
What would I do? I mean, I'm obviously very much into the collecting thing. I collect all kinds of things, right? I got a big soccer jersey collection, sports memorabilia, autographs, all that kind of stuff. I wouldn't want to do that. I would, if I'm going to explore a new hobby, it's going to be something that maybe betters myself somehow. I don't know.
Such as?
I don't know. Maybe maybe something in the scientific realm.
Oh,
So here's a really cool hobby, and a buddy of mine, who Spencer.
yeah.
He turned his hobby of hunting and foraging mushrooms into a legitimate business.
Right.
He has a great mushroom business now.
And I can never support him.
No, because you're highly allergic.
I would die.
That's a shame. Sorry, I just had a great thought.
Yeah.
But something like that where you learn about stuff. Like, it's really like bird watching is boring as shit probably, but you learn a lot doing it. You know what I mean? Something like that. Fishing, I think I could really get into fishing because
Yeah.
you learn a lot into it. It's almost sport-ish, right?
No, it is. Yeah.
New sports. I mean, I'm playing. This is my first year playing ice hockey in a long time. So that's like my winter sport right now because obviously there's no softball. Softball on ice would be fun though. So yeah, something that would improve me as a person, I think would be a good hobby. I don't know if bird watching is necessarily one. I think the mushroom foraging is pretty good. One of my hobbies is cooking
Has been, yeah.
for years, but I've been expanding upon that. I did like the masterclass stuff.
Okay.
Gordon Ramsay, Aaron Franklin. I make a mean brisket now.
Okay.
Yeah, masterclass, great app, best
Okay.
app. You can grow as a person
Okay.
with masterclass.
I like that.
Not our sponsor, but damn,
I really like that.
if you want to be.
I think that's great. I don't know as I have something I would necessarily add in that I'm not currently doing, just have more time to do those things.
That's fair.
Yeah, I think that's more, because I think I'm at the point now where there's not a whole lot more I want to learn, but I enjoy learning every day, don't get me wrong. I would like to, and I've talked about doing this, and I've tinkered with the idea, but I might end up trying to, since I have some commute time, different times of the year, while I'm commuting, I think I might start taking some kind of Babbel or something to learn another language. I'd like to do that.
Okay.
Again, something to make myself better and more useful for everyone else, because what you give back is who you are. So I'm not worried about as much of a collecting thing like I used to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm finding ways to give more back. And I know that maybe sounds cheesy, but that's what it is.
I mean, learning a new language is always a good one. That's always a good one.
I'd like to be able to understand more. I mean, I took like 6 years of French. I can listen to some of it. I can't speak it now. I don't have the confidence.
Yeah, I hear you. Oh, okay.
But I'd like to do some sort of... I'd like to learn Spanish. I think that'd be great. And I'd like to learn Portuguese. Those two I'd like to really learn.
Okay. Similar enough that you probably could.
And that's why, because they're similar, but they're different. And in the same ballpark, which is strange because the other language I'd like to learn that my brother knows very well, I want to learn Swedish.
That's a weird one.
Yeah.
I would love to learn Chinese.
My nephew speaks Mandarin. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fluently.
I would love to learn that one.
He spent like 6 months there.
Everyone's going to be speaking it soon anyway, so we might as well.
Could very well be.
Yay! 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 Yay!
Good night, everybody.
And good morning.